There are not a ton of godly women walking around just waiting to be pursued by a godly man. Ironically, however, there are a lot of women who think they are godly and who think they want to be pursued by a godly man. But in reality, this type of woman is very hard to find, but not impossible. So here are 4 marks you should look for if you're seeking to find a rare biblical woman sent by God. Also, if you're a Christian single man who wants to invest in himself by studying what the Bible says about relationships, I created AGW University for you. For more information about my relationship training program, click the link in the description below before the November 24th deadline. Number 1, she will not have shifting standards based upon who's pursuing her. A classic sign of a woman who thinks she is godly and who wants to present herself as godly, but who's actually not, is a woman who has high standards for guys she's not attracted to, but very low standards for the guys she is attracted to. In other words, her go-to response for most men who pursue her is that she'll not sleep with them before marriage, she'll not date them if they're not a Christian, and she'll only date a man who's prepared to be a godly husband. And don't get me wrong, this is good. This is the right answer that a godly woman should say. However, many women who say this will then compromise on these values when a guy pursues whom they are attracted to, but this guy also lacks the right qualities. A rare biblical woman will reject any man, no matter how attractive or wealthy or tall, if he's not a Christian, if he wants sex before marriage, and if he's not prepared to be a godly husband. Many women pretend they're just trying to help this type of guy and witness to him, but why do they seem to only do this for the guys that they're really attracted to? Why not for the worldly guys that they're not attracted to? Those guys need Jesus too, right? For many women, it's just a cover-up and an excuse so they can deny their conscience and go with the worldly guy. Big picture, a rare woman acts differently. She does have high standards, but those standards don't change based on who's pursuing her. She does need to be attracted to a man, but she won't compromise for a man just because she is attracted to him. Number 2, she will make a man work before giving him her heart. I'm not talking about employment, I'm talking about in the relationship work. So if she makes it too easy for you at first, you should be weary. I'm not saying this woman should, play games or give you mixed signals or play hard to get. However, a biblical woman will be cautious with her heart. She's not going to be reckless in relationships. She'll be open to finding love, but she's not going to follow a man on impulse. Thus, if she's not guarded around you at all when you first start pursuing her, that's actually not a great sign, because it also means she's probably not been very guarded around other men either. So we as men can't have it both ways. If you are the type of guy who complains about how much women sleep around nowadays and date a bunch of dudes before marriage, and you can't then also be the guy who complains about how guarded Christian women act too. Again, she needs to be open to your pursuit and inviting, but don't be surprised when a rare godly woman wants to take things slow before fully opening her heart to you. Number 3, she will be clear about her feelings for you. The beauty about a rare godly woman is that the time she takes in the early phases allows her to go faster in the later seasons of the relationship. Once she has guarded her heart long enough to know that you're trustworthy, she will then feel released by God to open her heart up to you. Like Ruth, who saw Boaz's qualities and then knew she wanted to be with him, and you see that in Ruth chapter 3, this type of woman isn't going to be giving you mixed signals. If she doesn't like you, she's not going to keep you as her close friend and string you along for months or years. And if she does like you, she'll be open and inviting and happy when you pursue. And she'll be excited. She'll show you interest. In other words, a rare godly woman is not going to be hot and cold towards you. She'll be clear. And number 4, she will be hard to find, but not hard to recognize. So I know many of you guys in the comments are typing right now, Mark, this is a unicorn. A woman like this doesn't exist. The reality is there are no unicorns out there. There's no perfect woman who will be everything you ever wanted. But there are rare biblical women who actually love the Lord, who are not sleeping around, and who are prepared to be a godly wife to a godly man. So yes, these women are hard to find. That's why I'm using the word rare throughout this video. But they're not hard to recognize. Once you do find this type of woman, it will be very obvious. So if you're wondering if she's actually this type of woman, she's not, because you're going to know. Real Christians don't hide their love for Jesus. Now, here's the harsh truth many of you don't want to hear. This doesn't apply to all of you. In fact, the ones who actually need to hear what I'm about to say are not likely to receive it. And for those to whom this applies less, you'll probably take it to heart too much. Anyways, knowing many of you are going to mishandle this statement I'm about to say, I'm still going to say it because I think a few of you will receive it and it may just change your life. So here goes. The real reason you can't find a godly woman is because you're not a godly man. It's a lot easier to talk about unicorns than to look at yourself in the mirror and admit the personal blockers keeping you from being attractive to one of these rare women. Godly men don't waste their time complaining. They solve problems and overcome obstacles. Yes, it's hard out there. It's true. Most women are nuts and don't love Jesus. But the fact is, most guys are just as lost. And men's issues are different. They don't look like the issues women have these days, but if you're actually a godly man, there are enough godly women out there for you to marry one. There are so few real Christians these days on both sides of the gender aisle. The real ones will notice each other quickly once they finally meet each other. Anyways, I know many of you will unsubscribe and disagree in the comments now, and that's okay. I love you enough to tell you the truth. And if you know you're not ready for a relationship, but you want one, I have 2 suggestions for you. The first is consume all the free content you can that I offer on this channel and on my website at applygodsword.com. I offer a lot of free ebooks, thousands of videos and articles I've written over the years about these topics. And then after you've done that, you've consumed a ton of the free content and you're starting to get the picture. I created AGW University for those guys who need something more, which is where I offer my more advanced training. So if you think you might be ready for more advanced biblical relationship training now, feel free to click the link in the description of this video to learn more about AGW University and see if it might be a good fit for you. I'm Mark from applygodsword.com. Until next time, God bless.